Welcome back, mitochondrians, to the Parasite Eve Let's Play. I'm Detective Scott, here at TheScottSpot. Okay, so thanks for coming out to hang out with me once again, guys, and today we have the final episode of Day 4. So, I guess we'll find out how that goes. So last time we found out that Maya, Aya's little sister, and Melissa, who eventually turned into Eve, were in the hospital on the same day. And there's something to do with organ transplants, and Dr. Clamp was an artificial insemination expert. It seems this key is no longer useful. I'll discard it. And we got an elevator key to use the elevator. But now we're going to get a random cutaway to something entirely, well, not entirely, but very tangential. We are inside a cruiser for the Navy, apparently. Fighter jets, prepare to launch. Head towards Central Park. So it looks like the military is finally getting involved. Remember, no unnecessary attacks. Target the enemy in the air and be alert. Manhattan's practically deserted. Why don't they just... No, Lynch. We haven't received orders from the president to attack yet. At this point, we need to look for the missing people from the park and warn the city. That shot of the moon reminded me of the beginning of the Seed exam mission from Final Fantasy VIII, and when they're on their way to Dalit and the moon is reflected in the water. It's a huge-ass moon for no reason. But it's cool that the military is finally mobilizing. Maybe they can finally give us some help of some kind. Oh no, an empty container from the sperm bank. So what, did Eve just like take that and pour it in her vagina? Like, is that how artificial insemination works? It's a little too easy. We got a wheelchair here. But, yeah, it's cool to see the military finally helping us. But did you notice here in that cutscene that a taxi car or a car of some sort stopped in the middle of the street? This place is supposed to be evacuated. Although I guess it's not entirely unreasonable to think that not everybody left. Alright, but this leads out to the roof. And we have our boss battle of the day here. It is the Spider Woman. So yeah, it's just a giant spider. I like how her thorax, or whatever you want to call it, looks like a giant brain. So she attacks by shooting out these webs that if you get caught in them, you just get stuck to. And then she has that fire breath. But it sucks getting caught on the webs because you're sort of just stuck there till they go away. Even then, the stop effect lasts for a bit. You can also... But it took me a second to figure this out, but you can cast haste and it lets you immediately move even if you're still on the web. Or at least temporarily. But you do want to try to keep haste going for this battle if you can. Even though I just had my haste completely negated by the web. So you can also run up and slash you if you're stuck. And I'm just taking tons of punishment here, just because I keep getting stuck. But let's try haste again. And I think I decided to just let the auto heal work for me instead of worrying about using turns to heal. See, the spider webs come out in such like a random pattern, it can be hard to get close enough or know when it's going to come out. And then this roof is a really wide area, so like you gotta basically have to have a rifle if you want to have any chance of hitting her without getting dangerously close. Haste again, bitch. Oh, she's coming in. Too late, though. I like that turner thing in the corner. I forget what they're called or what they're used for. I think to manage the smoke or something? I don't know. When I was younger, I used to have a lot of problems with this boss, but now it's just kind of like really easy. Except my haste ran out. Keep running. Don't get hit by that. Now I think, yeah, that ends the first phase of the battle once she takes a certain amount of damage. And then you go to phase 2, which is just like a different part of the roof, but the camera is more zoomed in, so with the camera more zoomed in, you don't have to worry about range so much. She has all the same attacks though, I think. I think at this point I decided to just give up on using haste because it didn't last as long as I remember it lasting, so... See, this disappointed me, but here you can use haste to get... this is where I figured out that you can use haste to get out of the webs. And we're running. Zoom! Except for I'm still trapped back here, so the haste doesn't really help me that much. So I figured if I'm going to be trapped out here, let's use some of my PE to do damage to her. Energy shot. So energy shot uses all of your remaining energy to damage whatever you're attacking. But of course you're always confused for a second afterwards. Ow. I got hit by that fire. I almost got out of the battle without having to use any medicine, but it was not meant to be, I guess. That was a really dramatic, like, concentrated web blast. She really wanted to get me in some webs, apparently. I think her fire might do more damage in this phase. I'm not sure about that, though. It just seemed that way. But yeah, it looks like I beat her. And her weight causes the roof to collapse, apparently. So either that was a bad roof, or she weighed quite a bit. And we get a level up to 22. And we learn Heal 3, which restores 280 HP, so that's really good. Yeah, she wasn't too bad. And we get the G23 handgun. Boss done. Ah, Eve must be up here already. That opera, though. So, you found this place. You're going to use the sperm to give birth to the ultimate being. You are bright one. The first rebellion took place some years ago on a far-off eastern island. I like how she calls Japan an island. There, my sister committed a fatal error. I'm higher in the evolution chain than my sister. I will never commit the same mistake. You're not my... Finally caught on, huh? No! You feeble organisms depend on machines to do all the work. Stop! Ugh, she slimed him. You've just witnessed the limitations of humans. So I guess Aya... Please, no more! I guess Aya figured out that Eve is... In some way, she is Maya. What if I don't want to? It's a shame we couldn't understand each other. Seems like Eve's almost... really is sad. The jet! It's going to crash into the roof. I've got to get out of here. Seems like Eve really did want to work with Aya, but Aya is not an evil bitch, so... Alright, so there should be... You really are, like, timed here. If it crashes, it's game over. But you should be able to escape by using this window washer platform. Let's hop over. Looks like not even some fighter jets can stand up to Eve. Ah, the Spider-Woman's still alive. Oh no, the brake! So yeah, we should have killed the Spider-Woman when we had the chance. You had to have known it didn't, like, straight out die for a reason, though. Why would they have the roof collapse like that if they didn't want the Spider-Woman to do something? And now we have to fight this Black Widow, which is an easy enemy since, I mean, we fought them on day 3. And then... You may think it's timed, but it's actually not. The real boss of day 4. Brake. Looks like I stopped right in time. Right at street light level. Over here, Mida. Oh, Daniel's here. Aya! We don't have any time. Eve got away with a sperm sample. Oh boy. Well, she's probably pregnant by now. Thank you for saving me, Daniel. You can study all you want, but you gotta brush up on other things too, man. No girl's gonna want to be with you if you're gonna be like that. So Daniel must have, like, saved Mida from some monsters or something. What? Please, Daniel, is everything okay back at the station? That's the thing. I found out several things about Clamp, but... in the past, a doctor from that hospital was fired for giving out a patient list. Had to have been Clamp. A list? You mean like the one with the HLA listing? These guys have access to just about everything. I've got other info too. So maybe... this is what I heard from Warner, who was on to Melissa. She was seen going into the museum late at night on several occasions. Really? So does that mean... like, when you say Melissa, do they mean Melissa or Eve? Eve? She was going into the museum? We need to go there. We must get there before the being is born. Calm down. We're there, buddy. Maya. So they think that Eve and Dr. Clamp are working together. Not that that's necessarily a shocker, but... oh, and it looks like the station has been restored to normal. No Eddie, though. I wonder if he's in the hospital or if he died, considering we didn't see him at all on day 3. Oh, Kathy's back. She must have just had a flesh wound. I heard that the captain saved Ben's life. Baker. Shiva was his partner when he was a rookie. Must have been hard for him to shoot her. Ah, so Shiva was Captain Baker's, K9 unit. Sad. Oh well. I'm sure Shiva would have wanted to die if she could have thoughts like that. Well, I like how they said that they were going to the museum, but we're back at the station now. Let's see if we can't get a little bit of intel before we leave again. Aya, Detective Warner has some new information. Alright, well then let's go get it. Let's go find out what he's found. Some time ago, a doctor at that hospital was fired for selling off patient records. And Melissa was seen going into the museum late at night several times. Melissa or Eve? They should say Eve if they don't mean Melissa. Eve? Clamp! That bastard! I knew he was a part of this! We'll split up here and search the entire city. Eve and Clamp must be meeting soon. We must hurry. It'll be too late once the ultimate being is born. Yeah, indeed. I'll go snoop around some more for any info. Okay. You do that. Brought you a walkie-talkie so we can keep in touch. That'll be handy, but now that I think about it, I don't think they ever actually use it. I'm counting on you too, Mr. Scientist. Whoa! That'd be me trying to catch it. We'll all split up and look for Eve. You found any trace of her, you call for backup. Weren't you going to stay here, Daniel? And push papers all day? You're kidding me. Guess Daniel's not cut out for the chief duties. What will we do? Or a desk job. Let us know if anything comes up. Yes. Okay, I got it. So it looks like Mida is going out on his own too. Interesting. And that's the anticlimactic end of day 4. Next time we'll have day 5, Evolution. And day 5 is actually significantly longer than any other day. Like, I would almost say that the game thus far is as long as day 5, but that's probably exaggeration. I guess we'll just see how it goes. But there's like several dungeons in day 5, so yeah. It's going to take a while. So anyway, guys, follow me on Twitter at TheScottSpot. I also have an Instagram that you can find, which is also at TheScottSpot. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will catch you all for more next time at TheScottSpot. Later, mitochondrians. Thanks for watching.